Imagine you find a really expensive makeup item on sale, you think you're getting a great deal, you get it in the mail, and you find out it's an old expired product. That's what some people are claiming happened, and today we're gonna talk about makeup I'm not surprised is on sale. This is a series I've done for a long time, and although the state of beauty has changed a lot, there is a lot more makeup going on sale. You can find those deals. I also think it's good to be aware of the potential of older makeup. Also, just the idea that sometimes the things on sale are kind of there for a reason. Best sellers, biggest hits don't go on sale often because they don't need to. They sell by themselves. Again, sometimes you can steal a deal, but sometimes there are some reasons. So let's get into the Sephora sale section and see what's going on, see if there's a reason no one wants this makeup, see if there's a reason these items are on sale. I first want to talk about some of these La Mer products that are on sale because La Mer is a very expensive brand, and it's a brand I would be tempted to find on a deal because otherwise, you know, $125 for the Radiant Skin Tint SPF 30 is a lot of money. It's marked down currently to $100, and there aren't a ton of shades available, but I could see how this would be tempting. But I will say I was looking at some of the reviews because I was just like, okay, I haven't tried this product myself. Let's see what's going on. And the first review says Sephora is selling 5-year-old products on sale, which, you know, I've called this out before. When things are put on sale, sometimes it is at the end of its life. You know, that's kind of part of it. But at what point do we call it? I don't know, especially with SPF in it. But it says that the batch code on this product was manufactured in 2019. And with something with SPF in it, I would assume at that point that maybe the SPF would be expired. That is a little concerning, especially too, it still was $100. So something to consider. There's another review also that says, not okay, check your batch code. Sephora is selling expired La Mer products. So maybe be wary of that one. I don't know. I used to be on the sale pages of Sephora all the time. I love finding a deal, especially if you're trying to make your dollars go farther. You want to try more products, all of that. The sale page can be very tempting. But when I was regularly checking the sale page, there would be items that I would see all the time. It was part of the reason I even made this series talking about these sale products. So just something to consider if you're going to splurge for some of those items. Sometimes it is good just to go for a newer product if you can afford it. Another product I'm not surprised to see on sale, and this one might have made even a feature in a past video, but this is from Freck Beauty. This is the Face Hack Precision Sculpting Cream Contour Bronzer Stick. If you guys watch my bronzer video I just put up, I had this product. I've had this one, so I can actually tell you, but I'm not surprised to see this on sale. One, the color for me, at least in the lightest, was very warm. It was like verging on orange, and we all have different skin tones, so bronzer will look different, but I did feel like color-wise, at least to me, it was a little bit off, especially for calling it a contour bronzer stick. Like, there was no contour to be seen, at least in the color I had, along with the fact that this is a very small product. I do think that could work for some people. I mentioned this in the bronzer video, but I do feel like if you wanted something very minimal, maybe that was the selling point for you. That is the positive. I could see it working in that way, size-wise, but it's not a lot of product. It was $18, now it's down to $12.60. And just specifically on this one, it did not work for me, so I'm not surprised to see it on sale. I feel like we've seen a lot of Freck Beauty go on sale though. It looks like they have one shade left of their cheek slime, which again, I've seen these on sale for a little bit. I've actually tried this formula and it does kind of like set down and dry down. It wasn't my personal favorite, but it's also a liquid and I don't always prefer that. But the cheek slime retails for $22. It's down to $15.40 now on sale. Okay, another product I'm not surprised to see on sale. This is from Function of Beauty Pro, I guess. Function of Beauty does like hair stuff, and if I'm remembering correctly, they at least used to have a thing where you could like get custom hair care for you. So like you would fill out a survey, I think it was, and you'd get shampoo and conditioner for your hair type, for your hair concerns, all of that. But they have expanded. I think they're in Targets. They have some products here at Sephora. These are little tiny like mix-ins is what they call them. There's a curl and coil one. There's a few other ones. They retail for $4 because it's kind of just like a little travel packet, a little shot basically to go in other products, but they're down to $2. And just in general, I am surprised that Function of Beauty made it as far as it did. I don't know. I would love to know your experience with Function of Beauty if you've ever tried it. I haven't, but I always felt like maybe it was a little gimmicky. It was something I heard a lot in YouTube videos, but it made it past that into stores because it was just kind of online. So not surprised to see it there, basically for all those reasons. But there were a few different mix-ins. I'd love to know, like I said though, your experience with Function of Beauty. Another product I'm not surprised to see on sale, this is from Rare Beauty. It's the Fine Comfort Comfort Stop and Soothe Aromatherapy Pen. It originally retailed for $20. It's down to $10, so it is half off. And a lot of the reviews are saying this is a great product, that the scent is really calming and soothing, but that it just doesn't last. And I feel like in general, this is just a very specific type of product. Like, I don't know if everyone's using an aromatherapy pen. I love fragrance, I love scent, I have a whole fragrance channel. So I could see this being a product that works for people or is a nice like step in their routine, but I also don't think that's necessarily everyone, and I could see why that would go on sale, whereas the body mist might not. This one makes me so sad because I used to love the original of this product from Pharmacy. This is the Honey Glow 17% AHA and BHA Resurfacing Acid Serum. Can't remember if I tried this new formulation because I've been having a lot of skin issues, so I've been keeping it very chill on the actives. I'm not putting like really any actives on my face right now, but the original of this product was so good. It really did leave you with this beautiful glow in the morning. It just was magic. It was a beautiful product, but they did reformulate it, and people who love that product are not happy with the reformulation. Some of the reviews are saying, miss my old original formula, was my holy grail, but they ruined it with the new formula. A lot of people are also having more reactions to this one. Again, it is an active, so it's good to like test products like this on your skin, do a little test patch just to make sure, especially if you're sensitive. So unfortunately, I'm not surprised to see this one on sale, $45 now from $60. Another one, I love Nightmare Before Christmas. This is the Melt Cosmetics Deadly Nightshade Duo Cream Blush and Highlighter. When this collab came out, I got the powder kind of like highlighter because I wanted that Nightmare Before Christmas packaging, but this collab has been out for a little bit. It came out, I want to say, in like October 2023, around that time. So it's definitely getting a little bit older. It originally was $42. It's down to $21. The colors look pretty. I love that Sally's on the outer packaging, but of course Nightmare Before Christmas isn't for everyone necessarily. And to be honest, I feel like if this collab had come out even a couple years earlier, I think the craze for makeup was just stronger, and I think everything would have like sold out immediately. There were times where, you know, it was hard to get some products sometimes, but I just don't think it quite hit that. I don't know, maybe they just ordered a lot, but I'm not surprised to see that on sale. This from Bobbi Brown, I'm also kind of not surprised to see, although I love the Bobbi Brown shadow stick. So this is a product I actually really like, but they're the dual-ended long-wear waterproof cream eyeshadow sticks. Originally $42, down to $29.40. Bobbi Brown shadow sticks are just expensive on their own. They're $34 for a single stick shadow, which again is a lot. I love a shadow stick. You guys know I love a shadow stick so much. But for this dual-ended one, yes, you get two colors, but $42 is still a lot of money for what feels like a similar product in a way. I want to look up grams of product. I'm just curious to see like how much more it has in it product wise than a single one, because I think that's just interesting. Let me look it up. They both have 1.6 grams of product in it. So yes, you're getting two colors, but the same amount of product for almost $10 more, $8 more. Bobbi Brown is prestige cosmetics. It's going to be expensive, but I do think, you know, for the single, it's already kind of expensive, and that even higher price point I think is a tougher sell. But at the $29.40 price, I think it's just a better deal. So I'm not surprised to see it on sale, but I actually think that could be a good sale item if you were interested in that product. Again, I love a shadow stick. Another product I'm not surprised to see on sale, but another good product. These are the Urban Decay Moon Dust shadows. These are very popular still, but they have been out for a long time. So I have seen them in a couple different sales when Sephora does them. Right now, as I'm filming this video, I think Urban Decay is doing 25% off at the same time. So that could also be a reason that this is on sale. But these retail for $24. They're down to $16.80, and all of the colors are on sale. Space Cowboy, the most popular, Cosmic, Diamond Dog. There's also Solstice, and it looks like Glitter Rock is sold out. But again, since they've been around for a long time, I'm not surprised to see them on sale just because maybe more people have them. You know, I actually think it's a rare example of a hot product that actually is on sale, but again, I'm still not necessarily surprised. This next item I didn't like, so I'm not surprised to see it on sale. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch Pressed Talc-Free Brightening and Setting Powder. Originally $38, down to $26.60. I love the Huda Beauty Loose Powder. I use it all the time. That's what I use today. I was excited for a pressed version for on the go, for easier use, but I just found this to get hard pan. I did not like the way it applied on my skin. I just felt like it was totally different. It just really didn't work out for me, so I wonder if that's an experience other people are having as well. Let me look at some of the reviews. Too expensive for such a result. Products mediocre. I mean, when you have a product that is just so good, this product being in the same kind of category, I could see people having, you know, certain preferences, and that one definitely didn't work out for me. Okay, I always see these on sale at Sephora. I've probably talked talked about these in past videos, but if I have, I think it just goes to show like, why are they still here on sale? But this is the highlighter kit. This is the Sugar Glow one. I think they have another one on sale too. Normally $40, down to $20, and I'm not surprised to see it. These were so popular. I remember having these in like 2016. So they've been around a while. I'm not saying this product is from that time. I think this is like newer product than that. But yeah, the product itself has definitely been around. Don't get me wrong. I actually think these highlighters can be really pretty. I think I've mentioned this before, but one of my friends has this highlighter palette. Every time she has her highlighter, I'm like, your highlighter looks so good. And it's always one of these highlighter palettes. So, you know, you can get a great result, but they are always there. Like literally only pay $20 for these at this point. I think they're also at like discounter stores as well. Just a product at this point that I feel like the new price is $20 instead of $40. From Say, the Glow Sculpt Multi-Use Cream Highlighting Blushes are on sale. Normally $28, down to $19.60. I did pick one of these up when it came out. I think it was the shade Pink Glow, and I didn't love it initially. I will say with more time, I kind of understand the product a little bit more. I think sometimes I just need that time with a product. So I do think these could be good. It's a stiffer cream, and I do think it's best used with the finger just to kind of warm it up a little bit and just kind of place it where you want. So I'm not surprised to see it on sale. I don't feel like I've heard tons of people talking about it since. It's one of those kind of blush lighter situations where it's not necessarily a traditional highlight because it does have some more blushy color to it, but it's also not fully a blush. Like there is a ton of sheen and shimmer in it. So not surprised to see that. This one I'm not surprised to see, but I don't know why. I basically have forgotten about this mascara. I just didn't realize Too Faced had the Damn Girl 24-hour mascara. Normally $29, down to $17.40. Mascara is super personal. There are mascaras out there that some people are obsessed with, they love, it works perfect for them, and then for other people, they're getting smudging, they're getting flaking, it's not holding their curl. So with mascara specifically, you know, I take that with a grain of salt. The brush on this looks massive though. It looks kind of like the Better Than Sex, that kind of hourglass shape, but bigger, you know, like it looks pretty huge. So yeah, not surprised to see that's how literally I'm like, I did not even realize that was a mascara from them because I just think basically about Better Than Sex. The mascara, guys, the mascara. This one I'm not surprised to see on sale because I always was like, dang, this powder is so expensive. This is from Valentino. It's the Go Clutch Refillable Radiant Setting Powder. I want to say they had a highlighter as well that was like in the 200s and it's like this little clutch. I'm like, who is walking around with a little clutch, like a string clutch of a powder? Like you bang that on one thing, this is a delicate situation, you know, like it's a pressed powder. I don't know. Okay, but these were $205 originally. They're now on sale for $123, a pretty steep discount. I'm telling you, sometimes the sale price isn't even that much, but that's a decent discount on it. There's a bronzer that's universal, which I don't know about that. There's a finishing powder in 03, and there's also a finishing powder in light. I'd really love to know if any of you guys picked this up. Like, do you have an experience with it? Because I'm not gonna lie, when I saw a $200 Valentino little clutch powder, the curiosity in me wanted to try it for sure because I'm like, what is going on here? But yeah, I'm not surprised to see that one get priced down. This next one, I actually like this palette and I think it could be a good sale item if it's something you were looking for from Makeup by Mario, the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette, the second iteration of this palette. Originally $68, down to $49, and I do think that this is a pretty palette, but I'm not surprised to see it. One, this was released a little bit after the original Ethereal Eyes palette, and because it has a pop of blue and it's a little bit smokier, even though it's overall neutral, I could see it maybe not being as loved as the original, but also I do think that in general palettes aren't nearly as popular as they used to be. Eyeshadow in general, like when we're looking at overall, I don't think is as popular of a makeup product, so I'm not surprised to see it on sale. There are definitely some more perfumes on sale than normally are, and I think that's just because of the boom of perfume. But fragrance is a very hot category, so I can see more things going on sale in the future just because, again, things have to keep moving. So there's not a ton of like old and expired product on the shelves, but these are from Charlotte Tilbury. I think all of the perfumes, if I'm not mistaken, were on sale. They retail for $150 and they're on sale for $105. I think that's a pretty good discount. I did a whole video on my fragrance channel about these perfumes if you kind of wanted, not a deep dive, like let's get real, but it is a fun video going through all of them. And the entire thing with this collection, I mean, people People were like, you know, joking about the bottles being very interesting. The concept was these are a collection of fragrance emotions. How do you want to feel today? But I do feel like some of the names were kind of funny considering that prompt. Like, how do you want to feel today? Like magic energy, like more sex, cosmic love. Like it's very interesting, but I personally didn't love all the fragrances. I actually think they were more complex, and I think if you connect with one of them, you probably will really connect with it, but I didn't think they were as mass appealing as I maybe expected them to be, considering there were so many coming out instead of one. Although I do think they fall in line with the original perfume that was part of the line. So there's that. Anyway, we don't need to get into it. Go watch that video if you want more of a deep dive. But honestly, not surprised to see these on sale. I think this launch from Charlotte Tilbury could have been so amazing. I feel like it was right as fragrance was really picking up, but I just don't think there was something in there that was enough of a, you know, mass appealing scent to really take off and I feel like go viral. Especially since they're known for their skincare and makeup, I think having one of those viral hits within the fragrance could have been a really great way to like kick that off, but I'm not sure if that exactly happened. Some of these Skylar body mists are on sale as well. These are $30, which is pretty pricey for a body mist. They also are only 2.7 ounces, so a more expensive body mist definitely for the amount of product you're getting, but they are on sale for $22.50. I think these are nice, but the one I love, if you're gonna get one, I love Boardwalk Delight, and I actually like it in the body mist. I like the formulation of it being lighter and not being too heavy. It's a coconut milk, vanilla, cotton candy kind of scent. So good, but it's still kind of clean and airy smelling. But of course that one's not on sale. Kind of my point, right? Like, oh, the one that I would want, that I would actually pick up on the sale if it was, isn't the one on sale. Like, dang it. There's tons of Sephora brand items on sale, and I kind of feel like those are always on sale from Sephora. This product actually got all the way sold out. There were a few shades left when I was initially like looking at some of the items on the sale page, but the Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighters from Fenty Beauty, these came out, I want to say last year. I was so excited for this launch because I believe these are a baked formulation. It was one of the first times we're seeing highlighter, I feel like, kind of come back, which we're seeing more and more of now. And these were originally $40 down to $20, but I saw a lot of reviews saying that these were smashed, they were coming broken. They are very delicate powders. They just break easily, and that can happen with baked product. I feel like the Rare Beauty highlighters were also having some of those issues where they were just like cracking, breaking off. Like it was hard for these products to stay together. So I think that might be a reason why. I don't even know if they're on the site anymore now that they're gone. It has a little tag saying they were limited edition, but yeah, I wasn't surprised to see those on sale necessarily, even though I feel like that was like a newer launch. And again, sometimes we don't see that going on sale. It's usually like older product. Another product I'm not surprised to see on sale, this is Makeup Forever's HD Skin Essentials Cream Palette. There's a light to medium shade and a tan to deep shade, and I actually think these can be great products if you're gonna use them, but these are more like pro products. I feel like Makeup Forever is in a bit of a rebranding phase at the moment, but I do associate them with more like pro makeup artistry products, and I feel like this is an example of that, where it's a palette of a bunch of creams. You can kind of use them how you want, use them as concealer, use them as a base, contour, bronze, do blush, highlighter, all of that, but it doesn't come in all the fancy packaging necessarily. It's all in one, and I could see this potentially being a little intimidating if you didn't really know how to use all that stuff, but also the price is pretty high. It's $88 for this. It's now down to $61.60. So I feel like because of that and being at Sephora, I could see again it being kind of an intimidating product for just someone kind of browsing and stopping in to want to use. Of course, there's tons of Give Beauty products on sale. I feel like those are on sale often. More Freck Beauty stuff. I'm seeing something new. These are the Charlotte Tilbury Hyaluronic Happy Kiss Lipstick Balms. There's 4 different shades. I feel like Charlotte Tilbury doesn't necessarily go on sale a ton, so I'm always kind of intrigued. $35 originally, down to $26.25. These have been around a little bit, and I actually have a couple of these. I do like them, but I do feel like the name lipstick balm might make you think of something a little more hydrating and like plush feeling on the lips, but I find these to be more like gloss sticks, so they are a little stickier, and like I don't feel like they glide on in the same way a balm does to me. When I use them, I definitely just use a little bit and get kind of a sheer application, and that's my favorite way, and I do think that looks good, but I don't know if this would be a favorite formula formula of everyone, so not necessarily surprised to see that on sale. From Urban Decay, the Quickie 24-hour full coverage waterproof concealer. I feel like people were using this for a little bit, but I don't know. This almost felt like their answer to Tarte Shape Tape or something like that, but I also feel like it came out like way after Shape Tape. I don't know. Not surprised. $33 down to $23.10. I'd love to know if you like that foundation product or not, because kind of like mascara, even foundations and concealers, any of those base products can be so personal. I know at least for me, my skin is so finicky and so many products just like it's sitting in the pores, it's looking weird. It's looking dry and patchy even though I'm oily, like there's a lot going on. So it can be kind of personal finding the right product. So let me know your experience with that. But I think I'm gonna end it here. Definitely a lot of sale items, potentially some good ones, but I think it's best with sales to know who you are so you don't get sucked into that discounted price. If the product might not work the best for you, and instead maybe it might be better to just go for that one product that you actually really want or have tested and know it's good for you and repurchase it even. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you saw anything on the Sephora sale page that you were kind of like, not surprised to see, or if there's any great sales going on for the holiday weekend, at least here in the US, let us know. But I'll leave you with that. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.